a great musician, great songwriter, and a better friend. So let's welcome to the stage Nathan Lynn.
It's going to be quiet, huh? Reservation pub makes for lonely nights as I sit alone and watch the drunkards fight, and a jukebox crawls through a smoky room, Sharpie tattoos and wooden boots, and the days in their eyes says they were born to fly through the tavern skies and into the night. Every sunset here is a postcard, never quite as warm as being in your arms. I wanna pack up these words and float away to wherever it is that you are laying, 'cause you remind me how to feel by showing me something real, not a passing but a permanent joy between said girl and boy with a real McCoy. From the river bottom backwater bars to the Pisgah Mountain mason jars, through the bad sound and the bad vibes, just wanting to be back by your side. Through all the prancing and the dancing and the whiskey romancing, I just sigh, hang my head and cry. 'Cause you dance with me on the cabin floor, and you sail away that river's shore, and you turn it up and you rock and roll, and you always know which way to go. So now I'm heading up 26, just trying to get my fix of your love. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Don't forget it, folks, this land's made for you and me. Thanks. I put the wheels on the road, try to loosen up this load. Gonna roll, 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 roll down that interstate. Said I feel like I've got to travel on. Well, she shows goes up sometimes in between the highway signs. We go shuffling down that old highway. She says I feel like I've got to travel on. Try to keep between the lines in the middle of the night, just dazed out. Oh, the mind does crazy things. Well, I feel like I've got to travel on. Well, I feel like I've got to travel on. Oh, thanks a lot, folks. That was a song off of my album Ramble In. I'll do you another one off of that album. This song's about the penitentiary there in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's about a man who was wrongfully convicted and sent to the chair. On the banks of the river on Castle Stone, where they locked me away and said that I was to blame for the drowning of a wealthy man's wife. I was really just trying to save her life. Down here, it's kind of weird. An innocent man headed for the chair, where it's crosswords for breakfast after roll call, and then back to staring at the shadows on the wall. Well, if sunflowers grew in strawberry fields and rainbows shined on daffodils, and the catfish all cried and crawls the rivers rise and washed us out of this dungeon, wouldn't that be just fine? Sweet shadow, you're my only friend, keeping me company here in 210. So let's burn a little burley, it's my last request. That and fried chicken, tell my dog I loved him the best. Off in the distance, I see you smile as we walk along that old mile. You hold my hand when they strap me in, a king on his throne in this Kentucky penmanship ain't good, but I wrote it down, scatter my ashes above the ground, and forgive the souls who put me in this hole. And you leave all the rest to my shadow. Come and sit by my side, little darling, as the sun chases away the moon. And you be the pride of the garden on the corner of Cell Block 2, where it's coffee for breakfast and rummy at night. When the crickets in the rocks start to fight, I heard the nights down the hall say the season was fall, but I can't see the change in the shadows on the wall. Thanks a lot. It's good to be here this evening with you. I'm going to play the banjo. I don't have my partner Josh Coffey up here to make fun of me for picking the banjo up, so it's my stage tonight, bro, wherever you're at. I will say the banjo is an interesting piece of history in this world, and I'm honored to get to play it for you all. In the spring in the old Kentucky, promised that we never would part. Freeze to the day in the earlies of May, the Lord came and took her little heart, and she was gone, 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 left me with a song. Said the devil gonna take her, would he please, way down in the old cypress knees. I lit a fire in the barn and at the gravel yard, I seen them digging holes in the sand. Back home on the farm, I've tuned this fiddling arm, and when the work's all done, I got a plan. I'm heading back to the old cypress stand. It's like sorghum in the coffee, honey in the high, sloughs are filling up from the river's rise. Sugar in the gourd, it's in the hands of the Lord. It's the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. Yeah, the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. She does howl through the hanked ground. She's trying to find her way back home. But back home on the farm, I've tuned that fiddling arm. When the work's all done, I'm a-getting on. Yeah, when the work's all done, I'm a-getting on. It's like sorghum in the coffee, honey in the high, sloughs are filling up from the river's rise. Sugar in the gourd, I seen the hands of Lord. It's the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. Yeah, the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. It's like sorghum in the coffee, honey in the high, sloughs are filling up from the river's rise. sugar in the gourd. It's in the hands of the Lord. It's the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. You're the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. You're the blood in the rock gonna keep me alive. Hey, thanks a lot. This is when you can make fun of the banjo, the point where I have to tune it. That was a song off of my album Tales of a River Hobbit, which started out as a joke between friends. I hear you, Matt. And I thought, oh well, I should just name my album after it. Whatever, you know. It's just a piece of art. Make a lot of art, and I'm thankful that I get to do that. And this is a song that I've been working on. My daughter has recently gotten into my music. My son was blessed with having 2 extra years of my music, so he's sick of it already. But this is one from my daughter that she helped me write along with my wife. I guess my mom and my grandmas too. All the amazing women in my life that help take care of me. And Annette, wherever you're at tonight, I love you, sister. It's good to see you. And my mother-in-law, I better throw that out there too. And you. Well, you heard about Mona Lisa and Marie Antoinette. I'm gonna tell you about the prettiest girl that I've ever met. See, I was down on the river early one morning. She rose out of the Ohio like an angel from the Lord. And she's the prettiest girl I know, Bertha swimming in the Ohio. She's the prettiest girl I know, prettiest girlie that I know. I'm gonna take her by the hand. Well, I took her back to Granville early one May. We caught lightning bugs in the old crawdads in the evening. She said grace. We'd left the corn sitting on the cob, salt and pepper and a butter on the side. I'm gonna sit next to old grandma in the rocking chair. Now she's the prettiest girl I know, prettiest girl that I know. She's the prettiest girl I know. She's the prettiest girlie that I know. I'm gonna take her by the hand. You got the Dixie aroma and the Creole belle and that Southern dream. I'd walk through hell and back again just to see that Delta Queen. I said, don't you know it feels good way down in your soul? Ain't nothing better than this old banjo and the prettiest girl I know. Well, she's the prettiest girl I know. Yeah, the girl I know, she's the prettiest girl I know. Prettiest girlie that I know. I'm gonna take her by the, I'm gonna take her by the, I'm gonna take her by the hand. And my boss, I should mention, she helps a lot too. Well, I'm from Heath. That's right. Actually, I'm from a little place between Granville, Kentucky, and Heath. I don't know if it really has a name, but no, I'm not from Monkey's Eyebrow, but I love Monkey's Eyebrow, and I love Possum Trot and Draftonville and Wycliffe and Aurora and Ballard and Lone Oak and Reedland and Folsom Dale. What Do we need to keep going? Bose, Katie's, yeah, Cairo. Am I missing anything? Jonathan Creek. My family, Kathy's, came from Jonathan Creek. Got any Aurora folks out there? Okay. Thank you for claiming Aurora. There we go. But I'm from Heath, and Heath, a little bit west of Heath, is Future City. You like Future City? Someone yelled for Future City. And in Future City, we have things like an IGA, which was once called Jimmy's Market. And then it was it a Biggs at one time? No, Jimmy's Market, it was a Food World. Now it's Frothman Foods. And two men, Barry and Jim, gave me a job there when I was 16. And all you folks out there that can employ young folks, please do, because I was thankful for a job at that age, and I really appreciated that. 1992, I got the small town blues. I graduated last week. Mama kissed me on the cheek. Got a job at the Food World. That's where I met my girl. Soup's on aisle 4. Every other night I mop the floors. I was born with a heart too small to catch teardrops when they fall. Sweet Susie says I'm made of stone. I just turn up the radio, shift her into third gear. We're getting out of here. All of 18 years. Nothing much to fear except broken mirrors. There's a party in the game reserve. We drag race down there by the S-curves. Gravel pits are burning tires. Redneck fights and outlaw hours. Gonna sleep in my truck tonight, beneath that Kentucky sky. Wake to the same old lie. Talk about leaving sometime, maybe. So I bag your groceries up, carry them to your old truck. I stock the shelves alone, still live at home. Dad said Johnny Carson's on, Ed's got the microphone. Billy laughs before bed, sure helped to ease the head of a Future City kid. I got a throne in the stock room, made of milk crates, they're navy blue. I sit and wait for the call, carry out over the intercom. Paper sack, put the bread on top. We're closing up about 9 o'clock. Out the door in 15. Oh, sweet Susie and me. Across the street to Lee's Barbecue. Old Ray's sitting there on his picnic bench pew, tending the pork and watching the cars go by. We talk about how time flies. I'm needing gas, but Mansfield's is closed. Future City, it's the way things go. 10 years, we'll all be gone. But tonight, we're heading home. So I bag your groceries up, carry them to your truck. I stock the shelves alone, still live at home. Dad said Johnny Carson's on, Ed's got the microphone. Billy laughs before bed, sure helped to ease the head of a Future City kid. First time I saw her, we were 17. She was everything a poor boy like me ever dreamed of. They said country love is strong stuff. It's a dangerous thing. I was down there in my jumbo. She was up there on the bluff. Had her hair shining in the summer sun. Man, I knew I was in love. Freckles danced beneath her eyes, and I saw her smile. She took to flight. She went a-kicking and a-screaming. We were just kids down by the bay where the summer breeze hit, and it was off of the rope swing and into the air. Splash went a girl with the daisies in her hair. We were swimming to the bank, and she waved me aside. Pulled my boat up on shore, and up the bluff I climbed. Yeah, we gonna have us a good time. Her hand in mine as we took to flight. We went a-kicking and a-screaming. You know we were just kids down there by the bay where the summer breeze hit, and it was off of the rope swing and into the air. Splash went the girl with the daisies in her hair. Said beauty's just another word for things you can't describe, and the same went for her. In her two eyes, she could look down on the bare dirt and make a flower grow. I swear it's so. But the last time I saw her, didn't even speak. She had silver-tip boots on both of her feet, walking backwards in the moonlight. There was a time when she was mine. We were kicking and screaming. You know we were just kids down on Sugar Bay. Oh, the times we had, and it was off of the rope swing and into the air. Splash went the girl with the daisies in her hair. Oh yeah, all right, take it easy, baby. She was an American girl. Well, that was fun. I've got a note to myself here that says tune the banjo, but I don't want to put y'all through that right now. It's good to be here at my alma mater, PCC. Represent. What a great history. Somebody said PJC, yeah. We have a strange history in Western Kentucky. Weird vibe between Murray and Paducah, because Paducah always wanted the university, didn't we? Don't you just? But Murray's really great with the university, but we don't need Murray because we have WKCTC. Can I get an amen? I'm just joking. I'm also a Murray State racer, and if I wouldn't have come here to college first, I wouldn't have been able to go there. So I'm very thankful for my community college experience and for being able to be on this stage in the 1998 talent show where I think I performed Sublime or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm sure it wasn't very good, but, you know, whatever. Anybody tune this thing while I was yapping? No? I don't even think it's on. Wow. The life of an independent artist, I tell you, it's all I ever dreamed of, really. It is. I mean that seriously, and it takes a lot of people to make a show like this come together. We got a lot of great musical styles that come from Kentucky, including one that my Uncle Randall got me into, West Kentucky thumb picking, and the Muhlenberg sound. I love Muhlenberg County. Two people like Muhlenberg County here. If you don't listen to Merle Travis or the Everly Brothers or Kennedy Jones or the Penningtons or Steve Rector, you should get some culture. Well, I wasn't really expecting that, but I'll take the cheers. We came up here a couple months ago and saw the Steep Canyon Rangers. Was anyone here for that amazing show put on here at WKCTC? They do great shows here, and during one of their songs, my wife and I have been Steep Canyon Ranger fans for years. We've seen them, and we used to play festivals together and just watch them grow into amazing Grammy-winning artists. I won a Kirchhoff's Award one time for most Reuben sandwich eaten in a year. But regardless, I really enjoyed seeing the Steep Canyon Rangers, and as we were listening to one of their songs that I'd never heard, their lead singer, Graham, sings this line about this guy who's going out on tour, but it's not a military tour. He was out touring with the Grateful Dead, and I just was like, what? I was blown away. Because I had been working on a song from this premise for like 4 years, and I'd never heard this. He'd already written it. But he don't have an award for eating the most Reubens in a year. But it really made me think about the spirit of songwriting, and there's a underlying thing that in writing, that there's lots of things out there, and you just got to listen up and catch them, you know, kind of like fishing. Well, when I was a boy, my daddy died. We knew it was coming, so we went for a ride across the sky. And I set out on the road, I was 8 years old. My aunt was a carny and she took me along. County fairs, we worked the old bullpen. Hit 30 states by the time I was 10. One Sunday came and the rides were down and gone. Litter on the ground, time to move on. She said they told me that it never really amount to much. That was a place that I forgot on tour. Well, I had a pretty good hand at changing tires. My neighbor worked in the race cars. He offered me a job and I never looked back. All the way to the top from the dirt track, we hit Talladega and Watkins Glen. Push 500, we got the win. He said they told me that it never really amount to much. That was a place that I forgot on tour. I got my GED signed with Uncle Sam. Toured Iraq with a gun in my hand. Some things went down and they sent me back. My 21st birthday with nothing but a pack of Marlboro Reds, a couple of sets of clothes. Broken heart, standing in the barracks alone. I thought they told me I'd never really amount to much, but that was a place that I forgot out on tour. I fell in love with Rose and the long dreads. We set out on the road with the Grateful Dead. Mishawaka to Frisco Bay, we danced all of our cares away till Jerry died. A bunch of them headed home. Her and I standing in the lot alone. She said they told me that it never really amount to much, but that was a place that I forgot. She's still on tour. Well, I rode it with Metallica in '88. We did a world tour, man, it was great. Great bit in China and Africa. Came back home and I was getting old, and you know what they say about rock and roll. So I got me a big freight liner, I float coast to coast. I've seen the Masters and the Alamo, Kaminsky Park, and soon the great unknown. When St. Pete asks, I'll tell him, you know, it's been a long, long, long road. But those streets of gold I've yet to roam. Besides, they told me that it never really amount to much. That was a place that I forgot. Earth tour. Well, when I was a boy, my daddy died. We knew it was coming, so we went for a ride. Well, possum up a cinnamon tree, raccoon on the ground. Pop said to the old raccoon, shake him Simmons down. And I said, Little Liza Jane, she died on a train. Well, the possum got to shaking, persimmons began to fall. Raccoon said, "You son of a gun, I didn't mean them all." And I said, Little Liza Jane, she died on a train. Well, down in West Kentucky, raised that sugar cane, sweet that barrel molasses, and pretty little Liza Jane. I said, ooh, little Liza Jane, she died on the train. Well, I went to see my Liza, she met me at the door, shoes and stockings in her hands and her feet all over the floor. And I said, little Liza Jane, she died on the train. I said, little Liza Jane, she died on a train. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes music, you know, songs just come to you. And this one I wrote down in one long piece of prose. Is that the word? Thanks. My editor's over here sitting beside of me. And then I got to thinking about one of my heroes who had passed away, and I'd heard him talk about craftsmanship. Sometimes you gotta revisit things. I just went with it anyways. I didn't go back and revisit it. I used the words that I had written down. So, with the chickens laying, tomatoes on the vine, kids are growing like weeds, life sure flying by. I sit and watch the rain falling on the fields. Looks like God's crying again. He must know the way I feel. My heart hurts, 'cause there's never enough time. And clocks will stop and time rolls on. We're left here with things undone. Well, Dad and I went fishing just the other day. We caught ourselves a mess. Didn't take time to say how much we mean to each other. It seems sometimes the best friends in life are the ones that go unseen. Call up somebody, folks. I don't care who it is, but tell them you love them while you got the chance. I love you, buddy. 'Cause clocks are gonna stop and time's gonna roll on. We're left here with things undone. Dear old Dixie, you are my heart and soul. From your mountains to your valleys, the delta and the bayou. And when that final curtain calls, the reaper takes the stage. Hope he'll let me reach out and touch Dixieland again. Once more, for old time's sake. 'Cause clocks will stop and time rolls on. We're left here with things undone. And it's work, work, work. We ain't got time no more for the family and the friends and gathering outdoors. And I hope we can find a little moment. It's one thing that I've learned. We all return from where we came from, wherever that may be. And clouds will stop, but time rolls on. We left here with things. You No clocks will stop, but time rolls on. We're left here with things undone. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all serious on you there for a second. You got to take the time. Take the time. I'm from the bottoms. People in Kentucky get all gung-ho about being from the mountains. But I'm from the bottoms. And I'm all right with that. I love it. We got stuff that they ain't got in Eastern Kentucky. I mean, I love Eastern Kentucky, but they ain't got barbecue like we do. Tapscott, where you at? They ain't got barbecue like we do. Is that right? That's right. They ain't got Merle Travis. That's right. They didn't have Bill Monroe. They didn't have Stephen Curtis Chapman, J.D. Wilkes. Did I just throw J.D. in there? Ooh. They ain't got Kentucky Lake. They ain't got Mammoth Cave. They ain't got the confluence of the Ohio and the Mississippi and the Tennessee and the Cumberland. They ain't got Munnell's Donuts. But there's something about being from the bottoms. And we got hills. We got beautiful hills. Marshall County's got some good hills. But we got bottoms. We got sloughs. We got the gospel, too. And I'm going to pay my dues and sing y'all a gospel song that I wrote. That's on the Wheelhouse Rousters' last album, River Folk. I think we got some copies here tonight, but I'd rather you buy mine because I get all the money for that. And we're down in the bottoms. The wind once told me of a great spirit's tears, how they wash to the sea. Sorry, I just got to thinking. We got Bobby Ann Mason, too. I was thinking, you know, they got Wendell Berry while I was singing that. That's a random thought, because I love Wendell Berry, but we got Bobby Ann Mason, right? Yeah? Who's a Bobby Ann Mason fan? That's right. We got, yeah, okay, sorry. Where was I? Well, the sloughs filled up. Folks ran to the hills, left me and my people tending to the fields, and we all sing, come along, you children, children of the Lord, backwaters on the rise, you better get on board. Well, the Lord's air fell and brought the big mud, driftwood and debris, lying in the backwoods. But trials and troubles soon washed away, and the summer breeze blew in. Better days, and the sun baked down and cracked that old sod, and the autumn winds blew, and the guilty found God, till the sleet and the snow lit on the country, yeah, sheathed in contempt. Bound to believe, and we all sing, come along, you children, children of the Lord, backwaters on the rise, you better get on board. Well, the preacher's gonna preach, sinners gonna sin, baptizing in the slough, while the backwater rolls in, and the sun sets red on the delta, bringing night. They'll bury their heads in the cypress and cry, way down on their knees, praying up high. Well, come along, you children, children of the Lord, backwaters on the rise, you better get on board. Yeah, come along, you Children of the Lord, backwaters on the rise, you better get on board. I didn't say this is going to be a professional show. We're going to keep it loose. It's Saturday night. We all got church in the morning. I got to work, but I worked today. I don't know what I was thinking. Worked till 4 o'clock and then came up here. But it was good. I thought I'd get out of the trucking business. Growing up in a truck stop. My mother didn't spend time in truck stops. But she did get me turned on to good music. She got me listening to Willie Nelson and the Beach Boys and Ray Stevens. Man, we listened to good music. The Streak. Pew! Remember that song? Boogie-da, boogie-da. Guitar saying, hey, help me. And anyways, I went on to get a job working at the Murray Auto Auction. And I got back in the truck stop business somehow. Except I wasn't drinking decaf anymore by that point. My good buddy Jacob Rayburn signed me up to transport cars across the country with him. And for a number of years, he drove his Freightliner with the car hauler on the back. And I would ride with him to, let's say, I don't know, Reno. And then I'd get in a car. He'd buy like 10 cars. He'd haul 9 of them back, and I'd drive one, trucking back across the country with him. And spent a lot of time sleeping in truck stops and learned a lot of other things that I didn't learn when I was a kid and probably should never learned, actually, but here we are. So, truck stop coffee's good, though. Now they got all these flavors of truck stop coffee. I don't really get that. I just want coffee, good coffee. But another story told of a man who sold, drove him away from home, away in the life he had known for a long lost honky-tonk life. He said, I'm through with the farm, you can go and burn down the barn, so long to you hot summer days. And he turned and he left and he heard his mama say, she said, sing a song for me in one for Kentucky. When you're living fast out there on the road, we'll be rocking away the front porch, back home on the farm. I'll go flying down the highway, hook your diesel to a star. I've been gone so long, lost my life in a song, written on truck stop receipts. I've traveled out of the bottoms from small town to small town, from the mountains on down to the sea, way on down to the bottom of the sea. And there's a song I sing about old Kentucky when I'm living fast out here on this road. We'll be rocking away the front porch, back home on the farm. We go flying down the highway, hook your diesel to a star. Flying down the highway, hook your diesel to a star. That's the sound of the highway, isn't it? If this truck runs right, see my woman Saturday night. Lord, I'm 900 miles away from home. Oh, me, oh, my, I'm 900 miles away from home. I'm going down the road with a weight that's overload, trying to read a letter from my beau. And if she says so, I won't highway no more. I pack up this rig and go home. I gotta pick. Oh yeah, I feel it. If you want to get it wrong, come on. If you ever wanted a truck stop beatbox, this is the time. I got a big gulp soda and some toasted peanut butters. Dodgeway stations, my man Danny Glover. Diesel's blowing at me on my Cobra CB 29 LTD on channel 19. I unhooked the trailer on the road for 12 hours. I always wear my boots in the truck stop, shower, shave my face in the sink. No light lizards for me. I'm married to the highway and I'm road dog clean. Down the river, the pavement gray river, I hear a country band. Big wheels behind me, yeah, rolling across the land. If his truck runs right, see my woman Saturday night. Lord, I'm 900 miles away from home. Oh, me, oh, my, I'm 900 miles away from home. You heard it here, folks. Trucker rap. It's a new genre that's debuting here. You didn't know you were going to be a part of this historic event. That was weird, wasn't it? Somebody's got to keep it weird in this town, Lord. Yeah. Let's see what else this says. Laundry. Pick up laundry. On my notes here as well. It says banjo. Ooh. Hello. Hello, banjo. How many banjoists do we have out there this evening? Any banjoists? I wouldn't raise my hand either. It's okay. What I'm really into is this beautiful place we live in. And if I can do anything here tonight, I hope it inspires you that you got everything you need here in Western Kentucky. It's a good home base. You just got to look for it. We always want things to stay the same, you know, but change is inevitable. One thing I do know that hasn't changed in a long time are those good brick streets of downtown Paducah. Tennessee River meets the Ohio. I wanna put down this old banjo and swing my pretty girl down the shore. Yeah. Down on the river on a Saturday night, in the feeble moon. Raise your voice to the Lord, Sunday morning up to the Lord. Stoke the fire, don't you take too long. The good old days will soon be gone. The good old days will soon be gone. Stoke the fire, take too long. We're going way down low, with the waters flow back to Paducah. Barbecue chicken, it's the best old meat to get them tapping their feet. All the pretty girls are licking their lips, are shaking their hips, and they're licking their lips. When the moon is riding the Kentucky, yeah, the Kentucky, take the river road to the Cypress Tree, Cumberland, Tennessee, the Ohio, and the Mississippi. Grab your fishing pole, and let's all go back to Paducah. So when the moon is right on the ancient mounds, across the river on the ancient mounds, all you boys call all your gals, lay your quilts down on the ground. No matter where I go, there's always a home back in Paducah. Thanks a lot, folks. My Leroy and Lita's hat keeps hitting this mic. It's trying to tell y'all something. I don't know what, but I'll turn it around, but I like it like that. I want y'all to remember the good old days. That's what they all say. I remember the good old days around here. Am I turning into one of those people? That's all this show's been about, isn't it? The good old days. Next thing I'm going to get off on is taxes. I'm happy with where my tax money goes to, I'm not going to lie. We have a lot of great public services here in Paducah and McCracken County area, and there's a lot of people who need a lot of help, and I'm happy to help them if I can. Speaking of help, whew, boy. How about a hand for this stage crew and everyone putting this on here? They make this thing happen. I've been working with Todd and Tim here for probably, we were talking about earlier, and we shouldn't talk about how long we've been making art together, so we'll leave that at that. I do love Paducah and the area. I was fortunate enough to get out and travel, and I encourage all you kids out there who are laughing at my show or just completely ignoring it and on your phones to get out there and explore too, but remember home. Me and my lovely family, we got to live in St. Louis for a while. Y'all are Cardinal fans that said that, right? We also got to live in Chicago for a while. I guess y'all aren't Cub fans. Have a strange relationship with baseball. This is going to get real Kentucky here, but my uncle's brother he was a third base coach for the Chicago Cubs back in the Andre Dawson, the Hawk. Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace. Y'all remember these players? You don't have to boo them, you Cardinals fans. But we live close to St. Louis, so I got to go see Ozzie Smith. Yeah, that's right. Willie McGee. I Got that dose of Cardinals in me, too. You're talking about one confused man. You know, they say it takes a community to raise people, and part of my community was the Ring family, and they drove me to see the first night game at Wrigley Field. Thankful for that. I'm saying all that because I really don't know if I'm a Cardinals fan or a Cubs fan or if I'm just a baseball fan in general. Because baseball is like America, you know. You go through good times, you go through bad times, but one thing you can hold on to, that's baseball season. Because it's long. Kind of like my rambling. A little too long for some people's liking, but I like my series like that. So for all you Cardinals fans who didn't get a World Series this year, and for all you Cubs fans that didn't get a World Series this year, just hold on. Ain't it just like old friends to kick you when you're down? When you lost your dog and your overalls, you're running stark naked through the town. It's so strange, living in a city haze. You watch your hand grow from a boy's. In a week they're a callous man's. Yeah, you're working hard to punch the card, try and make an honest stand, just a country boy. Lost in a concrete land. You're the love, you're the love. Sweetheart calls and says to you, so someday soon we're heading back down south. We're back where we belong. Feel the summer coming on. Feel the summer growing strong. We'll leave these big city blues. Feel the Dixieland coming through. So hold on, country boy, and you do what you gotta do. There's a baby on the way. You can hear him calling. He says, get up, Dad, it's time to go to work. There's a lady who says, just a few more weary days. We'll leave this pavement, head back to the dirt. Well, she's standing on my feet there in the morning, and the bedbugs crying, said they're getting hungry. You get on your feet, head back to the factory. Ain't it just like old friends to kick you when you're down? When you lost your dog and your overalls, you're running stark naked through the town. It's so strange, living in a city haze. My Uncle Frankie wanted to go to a music festival, wanted to see what it was all about, and so we obliged. We were going to a music festival. He said, sure, you can tag along. Uncle Frankie chain smoked. And when I say chain smoke, it was one after the other. Some of y'all still might smoke like that, but I mean, it was just constant. I bet he smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day. I never saw the man without a cigarette in his mouth. And he was one of these people that he could have ash. Remember, you know these people, they'd be talking, and the ash would be like, rah, rah, rah. Well, when I was a kid, running in the war, rah, rah, rah. Never fall off. I don't know how he did that. So we took Uncle Frankie to a music festival. And he wasn't dressed in the best attire for the music festival. When we told him we were going to see music, and we told him that Sha-Na-Na was going to be there. He liked that idea, so he had on, kind of jeans like me, a white T-shirt rolled up, and like a carton of cigarettes in a bag, and that was about all he had. And I wasn't going to object. The man's my uncle. I wasn't going to tell him how to run his life. So, okay, get in. So we go to the music festival, and, there's a lot of great bands. Billy Strings was there. Y'all, any Billy Strings music fans out there? And who else? Leftover Salmon. And what's that band that... the Violent Femmes were there, too. That was a rarity. We like the Violent Femmes, but there was a jam band called the String Cheese Incident playing there. And I don't know if you ever listened to the String Cheese Incident, but their thing is hula hoops. And there'll be like 400 chicks out there hula hooping, which is cool. My Uncle Frankie liked that. I looked out at one point, and he was just standing, cigarette, just staring in the middle of all these chicks hula hooping. It was a sight to see, a greaser out there in the middle of them all. Well, we played our set, and I don't even think Uncle Frankie was at our set. I didn't know where he had gone to. I didn't see him the rest of the night. Woke up the next morning, I still couldn't find him. I asked Josh Coffey, my partner, I said, man, you seen Uncle Frankie? He said, no, dude, last time I saw him, he didn't seem like he was having a good time. He was just sitting over in the corner smoking. I was like, well, he's usually sitting over in the corner smoking. That's not that big of a deal. I hadn't seen him. Okay, well. I asked Eddie Coffey, our bass player, you seen Uncle Frankie? He said, I saw Uncle Frankie at 3 in the morning. He was dancing barefoot around the campfire. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. Barefoot around the campfire. Okay. But I haven't seen him since then. So I start walking. Can't find him. It's time to go. I got kids and a wife. I ain't got time for this hippie festival right now. I got to get home. Chicken's got to go inside. Okay? I'm starting to freak out. We're going to have to leave Uncle Frankie here at this festival. I go to the main stage and I see that my friend Nicole is doing yoga with like 300 people. And I look out there, and by George, if Uncle Frankie is not in a downward dog position in the middle of all these people. Still smoking. I go running out there. The van started, the guys are honking. They got to get home too. I'm like hitting him. Uncle Frankie, what are you doing? He didn't say anything. I was like, dude, we're leaving. Are you coming with us? He said, namaste. I told my boss I was leaving. I needed a couple-week break. She said, don't worry about coming back. And I thought, you know what? That sounds great. There's a freedom you get from the spring to the fall. I quit paying rent. I'm going to the festival. I saved all my money up for over a year. Gonna see my favorite band and dance real weird. I bought me a ticket. I'm gonna hit the highway. Meet up with the peeps, trying to escape reality. But there was a 4-hour line there at the entrance gate. Security guard smiled and said, hey, sorry for the wait. He had long hair and sandals, but waved us on through. He said, hey, pick up your trash and avoid the festival blues. Festival blues. Well, inside the fence, there were sights untold. My eyes filled with love at all the weirdness that lined the road. It was a tie-dyed sea of patchwork clothes, glow sticks, fireworks, and a big light show. So I set up my tent on the side of a hill. It wasn't the best of spots, but it was by my buddy Phil. And it was a pretty good hike from there to the stage. We walked it 22 times on the very first day. Festival blues, take care of your shoes. There was bluegrass and rap and jazz and country, jam band, funk, old-time gospel, rock and roll, and western swing. It was just me and my cooler, filling this stack. We both got poison ivy, we was both out of cash, which was a bummer, 'cause I needed a souvenir, you know, men things with the old boss. Maybe a poster, or a spiritual rock, some nog champa patchouli, or a moon ring. Maybe a t-shirt that said, "Hey baby, I'm living the dream," and you're at work. I'm at the festival. There was a mountain there made of recycled things. Some freak sitting up top screaming, "Keep the vibe clean." He was naked and sunburnt, but smiling ear to ear. I offered him some water. He said, "No thanks, I got these beers." And there were hot air balloons, and the Ferris wheel went zoom. I bathed in a pool of mud with a bunch of baboons. Called a session backstage with a bit of strings in his band, and $1 grilled cheese from some hippies in a van. One was a barefoot dready mama, screaming free high fives and hugs. She had a hula hoop for a halo, and I fell down in love with her tattooed butterflies and the flowers in her hair. I tried to get me a free high five, but her and Phil had disappeared. They was making out, and I got the festival blues. It was 2 in the morning, and I was strumming my guitar, 'cause you know the jam's always going there by the campfire. Called a ride in a golf cart, and we screamed through the lot, throwing up the doo-doo from the Johnny on the spot. And I was heading to the tent. One more oatmeal stout. I found Phil, the hippie, and the security guard there, all passed out. And I searched for the moments between the night and the day, but the dew was too heavy on my old sleeping bag. I heard the drum circles caught the didgeridoo. Yeah. Here comes the sun, I got the festival blues. Festival blues, drove 500 miles, sleep in the rain, but it sure feels good. I think I'll do it again for Uncle Frankie. Here we go. Thanks, folks. We'll see you around the bend. Appreciate it. Well, sometimes live in the country, sometimes live in the town, sometimes it take me an ocean to jump in a river and drown, singing Irene goodnight, Irene goodnight. Good night, Irene, good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dream. Well, last Saturday night we got married. We took our love to town. Now here it is, Tuesday. I'm gonna take me another stroll around, singing Irene goodnight. Yeah, Irene goodnight. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dream. Man, grandmas are the greatest, aren't they? My grandma Irene, she kept her dentures in her bra. That's no lie. Kept a scrap bucket right there by the sink. Y'all's grandmas have a scrap bucket? Yeah, they did. You know it. I still got a scrap bucket. Irene was a sweet lady. I can still smell her house. Grease. My grandma Zelma, she was a saint. I don't think she ever missed a Sunday service. It's morning and night. Probably Wednesday too. Never went further than Granville, Kentucky until my granddad died and she took a trip to Hawaii. I'm telling you all this because family's great, isn't it? Man, I'm thankful for my family, my kids, and all you people who come out to hear me spit gibberish about my grandma. So let's sing it together. Irene, good night. Good night. Come on, for the Lord. Singing Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my. Thanks a lot, folks. Rambling on.